Also, hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I am KiwiSimsKate, Kiwi because I'm from New Zealand, Sims because I love The Sims, and Kate because that's my name. It's as simple as that. This week we had the release of the new expansion pack Growing Together, and thanks to EA Australia and the Sims ANZ stream team, which I'm a part of on Twitch, I was able to get my grubby little mitts on this pack and I love it so much. So of course I had to go straight in and build some things. So the build I'm bringing you today is hopefully accessible to a lot of people. It's going to be base game only and growing together. So you only need to have this expansion pack to put this house in your game. And I wanted to also, well, technically initially I started out wanting to build a starter home. Now, a starter home is quite a tight budget. Technically, it has to be under 20,000 simoleons, but then when you factor some things in, like the actual cost of the lot that it sits in, so the land value, it really has to be closer to sort of 18,000. And I started with a vague plan of building a starter home, but I quickly realized that that was not going to be possible with all the things that I wanted to use. Basically, I had way too much fun playing around with all the new items because everything's amazing. Almost everything. I mean, there are very few things I have issues with, and there are plenty that I love in this pack. So we will, you'll see quite a few new items here, and then I also mix in a bunch of base game stuff, good old classic base game. So this is not technically a starter home in the game, but it is a small family home, and it's not hugely, I would say it's like the next step up. So maybe you start, if you want to use this in your game, you might start in an actual starter home with your parent or parents' Sims, and then maybe when they decide to start a family, they have saved up enough money to move into something like this. So I think it's around 30,000 simoleons, just over, I believe. And I've also built it in the new world. So the new world we got with this pack is San Sequoia, and there's this cute little lot here. It's a 30 by 20. That is the smallest lot we got in this world. In fact, yeah, there are a few 30 by 20s, and then I think there might be a 40 by 40 or something. This is the first lot I've tried building in so far, but I really want to try them all. And this lot looks out over the bay, which is really beautiful. You've got these this wharf with these boats and yachts, and it's just, nice little vibe, nice little family vibe, this neighborhood. And so I really was looking for a smaller lot, but this was the smallest I could build in for San Sequoia. So I kept the house small still, and I just sort of filled up the area around it with some trees, which I get to right at the end. I don't do the landscaping of the house until the end of the video. And I figure that means you can pick this house up and basically place it on any lot. I actually tested that because I wanted to be able to tell you that you could do that, and you can. So 20 by 15 is our smallest lot in The Sims, and I tried this in a lot in Newcrest that's at 20 by 15, and it fits perfectly. So there will be some items that won't copy over properly, like the little driveway with the live edit car and some of the extra landscaping around the outside of the lot, but everything that's vital to your game will copy fine. You may need to just replace some of the fence at the back, I think, though. So this house, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I had a lot of fun building this, and as I mentioned, I love this pack. I feel like I'm going to be building with this pack a lot. I'm already thinking, I need to quickly get this one done so I can move on to my next build, because I can't wait to build another one. I am definitely going to try and build a starter home. I'm just not very good at them because I love to clutter places up in my builds, and clutter costs a lot of money. It's expensive. So yeah, that's often where I get stuck. I don't like to leave homes too bare, but I will try. I think I will try. I would like to give myself that challenge. I've built starter homes before, but they're not my favorite things to build just because of that, because I like to put loads of decorations everywhere, make it look really lived in. But that's kind of the beauty of a starter home, right, is that I'm not building it necessarily for myself to play in, but I'm building it for anybody to use to begin their sim life. So the interior, basically finished the exterior. I was working off just an image I found in Pinterest, like of an old house. I knew I wanted it to be a single level. Obviously that keeps costs down. I knew I wanted to use the new one of the new doors that we got, the new columns and the new spandrels. And then I just used as many other things as possible that I could fit that weren't too expensive. Oh, and the windows. Yeah, the doors, the windows, all the build objects that we got are so amazing. They work really well as kind of craftsman style homes. I will probably work on a craftsman style home as well. Maybe I'll do a whole craftsman series. I don't know. I'm very excited about building with this pack. And the living, kitchen, dining area is all open plan here, so you walk straight into the living space. And as I say, I sort of tried to keep it as simple as possible to keep costs down. The living area here has the new fireplace and this new plant object. And I was going to use that little side table, the new side table, but I think I use a different small round side table in the living room soon. And then there's some great clutter objects. So right there I placed the stack of board games, which I can't even tell you how excited I was to see those in this pack, because I personally am a big board game fan. We have a lot of board games in this house, and I was over the moon to have a cute little stack of decorative board games. I'd really love to try in my gameplay the new gaming table out as well, which I believe the gaming table is where you put together puzzles. Later on in the build, when I do, I think it's the bathroom, above the toilet, I place a frame that is for your puzzles. So that's another cute little detail that you can actually, once you complete your puzzle, you can then put it in a frame, which I thought was really, really cool. I'm definitely going to be using that in my legacy save. And then the kitchen is quite simple. I just use those really classic base game counters in a sort of beigey type swatch. I pulled out some debug mounted fish for the wall. The tile that we got, the half wall tile, I'm so in love with it. I used it in the kitchen and I used it in the bathroom. And then the new chairs and the dining table, I love those. I just love everything. These stained glass windows, oh my god, chef's kiss. So beautiful. I'm still very excited about it, and I got it a few days ago and I can't stop thinking about it. Here I'm using the red shelf. So if you watch a lot of speed builds on YouTube or a lot of builders, you have probably already know what this is, but on the chance that you don't know, it is a custom content item. It is by a creator named Amoebae, Amoebae, I believe. And it is called the OMSP red shelf or OMSP shelf. It does stand for something, and I only found out recently what it stands for, and I've already forgotten. Never mind. So it allows you to, it snaps to the wall, and it allows you to place objects at any height you want. So it's really convenient for shelves or even objects in The Sims that don't have snappable spaces on them for objects. So you can use the red shelf in order to place items at the exact height that you want, so that it appears that they are on your surface. It's really handy for builders. I use it quite a bit. And here I've moved on to the bedrooms. So there's 2 bedrooms in this house. There's a parent's room and a child's room, and I decorated the child for an infant just because that's the new life stage we got recently, and the infant stuff is adorable, so I couldn't help myself. The parent's room here, I kept it fairly simple, but again, this is where, I sort of struggled between how much can I get away with cluttering and how much money do I want to spend. There are a couple of things in this room in particular that I ended up changing once I went to play test it. All my builds are play tested, by the way, so you shouldn't have any trouble with gameplay, with reaching, being able to access objects. So once I went to game test or play test that bedroom, the master bedroom, the sim couldn't access the side of the bedroom that the bookshelf was on. So I ended up shifting the bed across a little, and then that affected the other side of the bed because of where the rocking chair is. And so then I moved the rocking chair back a little, and then because I had that lamp so close to the rocking chair, then my sim wouldn't sit in the rocking chair, and so I had to do a lot of back and forth until I realized that, okay, I'm just going to take this lamp out. So when you download this build, there will not be a floor lamp in the parents' room, which I don't think is a big deal because I've already put a ceiling light and 2 bedside table lamps. So I think that's probably plenty. I just talked over the bathroom there. So the bathroom, again, is pretty simple, but I wanted it to look a little lived in, so it's using the new shower tub combo. I don't even know. It's just too beautiful. It's too beautiful. I love it. We use the new sink as well, the new mirror. I think that, and that's when I put the puzzle frame above the toilet. So it appears like nothing's in it right now. But if you use this build in your game and you create a puzzle, I believe you should be able to place it in the frame. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm guessing you just click on it, and if you've got a puzzle in your Sims inventory, you can add to the frame, I suppose. I will probably try it at some point, but I haven't tried it yet. And then this is the infant's room. It's just too cute. I used a bunch of the clutter. I used that new shelf. I used some new wall. What do you call these things? Wall stickers? I guess wall stickers, yeah. So the wall sticker with the tree and the owls, there's some really cute swatches in that as well. I used the new pom-pom curtain, the changing table, the play mat. I brought a bunch of toys out, and the crib, of course. And the cute kids mat rug, which I will probably use again and again and again until I am so sick of it, or until you are so sick of me using it in all my builds. Now I've moved to the exterior. This is a nice sort of shortish build. I was quite happy with how long it took me. It just flowed really nicely. I was able to put it together really quickly because obviously I had that exterior reference photo, and then also I had the floor plan of that photo. So it came together really quickly, and because I was using limited packs, I'm just way faster at building. What I'm doing here is I wanted to put some tiles down from the front door out to the footpath, but we don't have, like, in the world of The Sims, we don't really have tiles or flooring that match the sort of the rest of the world perfectly, and it's quite frustrating. So here I found a tile that doesn't really match, but it kind of is a similar color. And then when you place it down, it actually has much larger tiles. But I did a little trick where I sort of rotated every second one, just keep rotating until it created the effect of them being the same size tile as the tile outside the house on the side of the road. So that's sort of what I was going for there. And then with our landscaping, I tried to pull out as many debug and live edit plants as possible, or just live edit, I suppose. They're not really debug. Live edit plants, and this kept costs down a little bit. But by this stage, I'd already decided, okay, it's not going to be a starter build. Landscaping is the easiest thing to do to keep it cheaper. It's really the furniture and the decoration inside that brings the costs up. But I'm happy with how it turned out, and I don't mind the fact that I went over budget. And then at the back of the house, there's a little back door from the kitchen space. So that leads out to a small patio where I did like a little custom awning thing with the fencing. And then I fenced in the backyard, which the back of this fence here is what will disappear if you put this on a 20 by 15 lot. But I mean, that's like the only thing of real note that disappears, so you could just easily draw that part of the fence back in. And then I created a sort of custom pretend sand pit. I don't think you can interact with the sand that I used here, the tile sand. I think the only sand you can interact with is the one that came with the oh my goodness, I can't remember what the island pack that came with Sulani. Anyway, that pack. All I can think of is the name of the Sims 3 Isle of Paradiso. So I don't think you can make sandcastles or anything, but I just thought it looked adorable and a nice cheap way to make the backyard look a little cuter without spending too much money. And then this is where I said earlier I just wanted to blend the backyard or the edges of the lot in with the world, because I knew I just wanted to make a small house, so I didn't want the house to fill the entire lot. But this was the smallest lot I could find. So I had a look around the surrounding area and chose plants, trees, grasses that were used around there. And the idea is that hopefully it looks like it just sort of fits nicely into the area and it doesn't look too obvious that I had all this extra space once you play in the world. A few landscaping tools. Terrain paint is such an easy way to make your builds come to life a little more extra. I swear by terrain paint. And then this is basically it. The screenshots will be here shortly. If you like this build, you can find it on the gallery under my gallery ID KiwiSimsKate. And if you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe to the channel. It helps so much. And leave a thumbs up if you liked it. I'd really appreciate it. And let me know what you liked about it. If you want to leave me a comment or just say hi. And my Twitter and my Instagram are both KiwiSimsKate, so they're good places to keep up to date with me. We also have a group Discord server. You can catch me hanging out there. And now I've got a TikTok. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm giving it a go. So you can watch me there and maybe laugh at me failing miserably at TikToks. I need to get lots of advice from my friends. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Take care out there. Bye.